the top now. No, nothing can move you.
You know, guys, I just got through watching some of the town hall with Nikki Haley, first female Indian president candidate. I guess you can't say that now because Kamala Harris is half Indian. She's half Bali Indian. Her mother's a Bali Indian. So Nikki Haley won't be the first, she may be the first president Indian, but yeah, anyway, let me get off this topic. Let me get myself up here. So just an update we talked about last week about how Chicago residents are not taking any stuff from the city. Chicago residents never say, hey, I want us to be a sanctuary city or town. The residents didn't say that. The political leaders did that, mainly Democrats. New York, people in New York, I don't think the people in New York asked for that, but the city made it that way. And now it's getting so overwhelming, the system is about to break. They're revisiting sanctuary laws. And it's just fair to me, you can call me stupid, crazy, whatever. I don't care. I've been called everything under the sun. It ain't going to change. Whatever. I just don't think it's fair. If you call yourself a sanctuary, I'm not a city. I'm not going to sit here. See, I can understand the fight and the struggle that most people have in those border towns dealing with a fluctuation. Not 5, 10. You're not getting 5, 10, 12 people coming through the border every day. And you can, I was told sometimes thousands, and these people come in through heinous ways, through hot meat trucks and stuff like that, and dying in the process, all just to get to this country to escape from what was going on in their country, which I personally think that you shouldn't escape. You should fight for your country. Don't let nobody have nothing. You fight for your territory. Gangs are willing to die for their territory back in the 80s and the 90s. Blood in the Crips. They fought. You wasn't just coming in their territory. Native American Indians fought to the death for their territory if they didn't work some deal to sell it off, being caught in the scheme to sell it off. You fight for what's yours. You fight. You don't let nobody take what's rightfully yours. That's why I fight for reparations. It's rightfully ours. It is our birthright. It is our birthright. It is illegal to work people to the bone and not pay them their value. And I say spiritually illegal. You cannot call yourself blessed, and you will not be blessed with that kind of mentality. Chicago residents have had enough. New York residents have had enough. A lot of people are having enough with this mess. You got the nerves to bust people in here by the thousands, to fly them in and bust them in by the thousands. And you're going to put them in the hotels that I never, ever in my life ever dreamed of going to. Giving them carte blanche. No lights. You don't have to worry about it. No lights, no water, no food, none of that. We got you covered. Palatious, extravagant, exquisite, upscale hotels. I ain't talking about the Super 8, Econo Lodge, Travel Lodge. No, I'm talking about the Roosevelt Hotel in New York City. I'm talking about you taking schools that you drove our children out of and you took the funding from where the school had to close, and now you want to open it up to house migrant workers. How about open it back up and put these kids back into school? And how about let us teach what we want to teach our kids in school, instead of you sitting up there saying that parents need to shut up. Don't worry about what we teach your kids. Anyway, in recent news, and let me go to it. Give me a moment. Yeah, people done had it. Yeah, people done had it. People are pissed off. People done had it, and people are pissed off. Chicago City Council approved $51 million for migrant aid. Now, the city fought. They had a town hall. They went back and forth. They telling the city council, yo, We don't want this. Don't you do this. You're going to wish you never did. Now, honestly speaking, man, if the city council disregard what the city told them not to do, then they need to feel some heat. They need to feel some pressure. They need to realize you don't do that. We tell you what to do, and if you don't do it, you out of here. And we going to show you, and we ain't going to wait. We going to be on your behind. It's on site. You still going to dump these people in my neighborhood, and you going to fluctuate them with $51 million in migrant aid? Our mayor here in New York, $1.5 billion in aid. Yet the same hotel they propping these people up, there's homeless people sleeping on the side at the abandoned stores in the hotel. They didn't open up since COVID. The stores that's on the side of the hotel, they're sleeping. You probably saw it on my video. The nerves of these political leaders saying, screw you, we're going to take your money and still give these people $51 million in migrant aid. The nerves of you. If the people catch you and get in your face and, I'm not endorsing it, but I can understand if they see you and they spit in your face. I can understand if they do what they did to George Bush in Iraq. I can understand. I'm not telling you to do nothing like that, but I can understand why you would do something like that. You pissed off. You mad. You disregard us. That $51 million could be put back in that school to get our kids back in school so they can learn our history, so they can learn math, all that, the whole 9 yards. Let's take a look at this article real quick. Take a look at it. Take a look at it. All right, let's see what they got to say here at this town hall. Tension high as city approves $51 million. Come on, baby. Play for it. Play for it. Play for it. Come on. Here we go.
Now's the time for it.
I know it. So the people of these major cities, these so-called sanctuary cities, are not for it, man. And black people are definitely not for it because you're destabilizing our neighborhoods.
Where's the 51 million going? That's going to last us only to the end of next month. And what happens July 1st when we're broke again?
Frustration boiled over during a fiery city council meeting as residents and aldermen disagreed on how taxpayer dollars should be used when it comes to migrants.
Ultimately, $51 million in funding was approved to help care for asylum seekers in our city.
Casey Cronus has the story now from City Hall.
Passed in a 34-13 vote. That money will go toward housing, food, and other resources for new arrivals. But the decision did not come without contentious debate.
The bottom line is, we're a sanctuary.
So 31-13, I believe. So majority of city council said, F you people of Chicago. F you people in that particular area of Chicago. We don't care about what you need. We only care about what they need. And then they're going to come up with their cockamamie excuses on why we had to do this. You didn't have to do it. Stop using this. What can I say? We're a sanctuary city. I didn't vote for you to be a sanctuary city. And at the end of the day, this is our city. It's the people's city, sanctuary or not. And if we tell you don't spend $51 million on migrant workers, then you don't spend $51 million on migrant workers. We tell you to put it in black schools and after school programming and stuff like that for the kids that's already here to get them off the street. See, the reason Chicago is going through the hell that they're going through with the violence is because these kids got an idle mind and don't know what to do. The drug gang ain't popping off like it used to be, but whatever drug gang they have, that's all they got to do. They don't have the adequate funding for after-school programs to house these kids to keep them occupied. Their parents working 2-3 jobs because they're getting paid a freaking minimum wage. What do you expect these kids to do? But yet you want to invest in people who are coming into this country seeking so-called asylum. Not all of them seeking asylum, so stop with that mess. Not all of them. Some of them are, but not all of them. And not all of them are coming here for the American dream. Some of them coming here to get over. Some of them coming here to get over. And not all of them nice, sweet. Oh, they're beautiful, sweet. No, you got some thugs in there too, just like anybody else. Looking for a way to come up. It really ticks me off. The citizens of the city said, hell no. Nah, none of that. Nah, you take that $51 million, our tax dollars, and you put it in our community. Don't you dare. Well, what am I supposed to do with this citizen? I don't know. That's not my problem. It's not my problem, but you're going to make it my problem, right? You're going to make it my problem. Instead of sending them back so they can fight for their country, you're going to dump them in our neighborhood and destabilize. Let me tell you some people. Black people need to rebuild their own neighborhoods. They need to build their own schools, their own stores. And we haven't been up to par on that. Like most of these people, when they come to this country, they go invest in the Jewish neighborhoods. They invest in the Arab neighborhoods. They invest in the Asian neighborhood. And they build and do business among themselves and occasionally do business outside. They don't discriminate, but yet they do focus on segregating, separating to build their own community, but it's still open for everybody to come partake of and experience their community. I love going to Italy. That's an Italian neighborhood, famous for mob boss and mob crime. You're in the Bronx. I love going there getting some real deal Italian food. But at the end of the day, I go back to my neighborhood. People need to take that money and build their own neighborhoods, and you're trying to destabilize that neighborhood by putting people in there that's praying that they can stay in that neighborhood and build in that neighborhood, and it wasn't originally their neighborhood. How dare you? And here this guy, a Latino. Let me rewind it a little bit.
More than 8,000 migrants have been dropped off.
We're a sanctuary city.
But the decision did not come without contentious debate.
The bottom line is, we're a sanctuary city. We've been bragging about it forever. We did nothing to prepare for it.
Since last August, more than 8,000 migrants
Who've been bragging
have
about it forever?
in Chicago from the Texas border with shelter.
Who've been bragging about that forever? The black citizens ain't been bragging about that. Oh, we're a sanctuary city. Come on. Come on. Bring your clothes, bring your drawers. Come. We're a sanctuary city. Come in our neighborhoods. Black folks ain't been doing that. So who is this we? It really gets me when people say we. I'm like, Negro, stop speaking French. I wasn't down with that. We were forced to vote for Joe Biden, Cornel West. Not me. I wasn't forced jack. I happily said hell no to Joe. I happily said hell no to Trump. Well, then you gave Trump the vote. Well, others will argue and say I gave Biden the vote. And I'll tell you, both of you stupid. I didn't get neither one of them. Go look at the record. None of them got to cast. None of them voted. I got to cast a vote for me. I didn't empower them with my vote. You did. We've been saying we're a sanctuary city. Who in the hell in that neighborhood been saying that? Who been saying that? Lying your mind off. We've been saying it all these years.
Shelters and respite sites overrun.
Families have been living on the floor in police stations. This is unacceptable.
But those opposed to a massive budget amendment are questioning how the city can suddenly come up with so much money for new visitors when local communities remain neglected and homeless individuals are sleeping on the streets.
How dare
Right.
this mayor
This new mayor
and city council have the guts to give migrants $51 million.
During the city council meeting, the public weighed in.
We have not gotten anything for our community. And we are sick and tired of being sick and tired. Enough is enough. And I voted for you, Brandon.
With tensions running high, arguments and interruptions were frequent.
I would ask that you would do it with some level of decorum. I believe that we can have public discourse without demonstrating the worst part
Let me stop here for a
of our
second.
debates.
Come on,
That
man.
$51 million covers.
Come on, man. Let me tell you something. When this guy got elected, man, boy, freaking lefties and progressives was okay. We got Lori Lightfoot out, and now we got a progressive, and we got a progressive brother. That brother ain't been more. He's just another Democrat. Immediately, he sold out black people. Right away, sold out black people, black Chicagoans. Right away. The man ain't been in 6 months and already done sold you out. And sold black Chicagoans out. And that's why they pissed. I'm glad that the freaking authorities there allow these people to have their say, unlike the fools here in New York when somebody go up against LC and call her out. Y'all want to trot these people out. No, let these people talk. Get off them. Let these people say what they want to say and let her take it. She need it. Don't be moving her out, moving people out because they disagree with her and calling her out on vote for Ukraine and all that. Stop. You get in the way of democracy. You should be locked up. This bombastic new boule Negro. This Negro is boule. Gonna say something stupid. This is one of the stupid things he's saying. You can find a clip somewhere online. Stupid thing that he said. He said, I don't know how good the sound's coming out here, but this fool said that we all migrated. Some of us migrated from the south to the north. Bro, that wasn't migrated. That was relocation. That's a totally different thing. We still in our same country. Yeah. Still in our same country. We relocated. Yeah. They was doing, some of us stayed in the south. My family stayed in the south. They didn't migrate north. We got like one or two that probably migrate north after the 70s. But most of my people stayed in the south. Still there to this day. Most of us didn't run. Some of them just relocated for better jobs. It's not the same as running from your own country, abandoning your country, going to another country to get a come up because you couldn't do it in your country. It's not the same. So stop using your perpendicular Obama-like talk to try to make us feel bad and try to educate on the fact that, oh, you guys are immigrants too. No, the hell we ain't. We foundational here, fool. A lot of us was here before even the settlers came, fool. Sit your butt down. I don't even see how y'all elected this guy. I guess anything was better than Uncle Lightfoot. But you've been bamboozled. Guy already sold you out. Ain't even on the paper yet of his term contract as mayor. He already sold you out, man. Man, I thought Rahm Emanuel was bad. I thought Lori Lightfoot was bad. This guy already sold you out in 2.5 seconds, Chicago. And you progressives happy and excited. We got a progressive man. Then your Negro ain't progressive. He's just another Democrat. And look how he stabbed his people in the back. We can do it with some decorum. We can do it with some decorum. No, we can't. We pissed off. What do you mean decorum? See, I hate when these politicians. Let me get myself up here. Let me get myself up here. See, I hate when these politicians, you run for office, you say things like, I'm going to bring the ruckus. I don't care if I get one term. I'm going to work hard for the people. That's when I'm there. I'm going to give them my best 1, 2, 3, 5 years that I got available. I'm going all out for them. get in office, they mold and shape you, hit you upside the head, and you do opposite for the people. And all you think about is your political career long term instead of doing what you said. And now you have a town hall and the people are calling out on your ish, on your bullish. You want to come to, oh my God, we can do this with some decorum. Come on now, people. We can do it. No, we can't. You messing with our livelihoods, fool. At the end of the day, you're good. You're allowing these people to come destabilize our neighborhoods. We ain't no problem with them. Put them in their neighborhoods and stop taking our money. We need money to go here. Try to figure out some way to get some money to them. But our tax dollars at this moment is going in our city to get our kids off the streets and out the programming, to feed the elderly in the nursing home, to get our citizens, Chicago citizens, off the streets into some elaborate hotel or some school. We're going to house them. We're going to feed them. We're going to give them the mental care that they need, whatever. Same stuff that they're offering these immigrants, these migrants. The same stuff that you offer them, we're going to offer it to our local citizens here that had a bad moment, a bad idea, and now look where they are. We need to help these people get up. We're more concerned about them. We're more concerned about our kids. But no, you're going to take $51 million and give it to the migrant workers anyway, after we said no. And every last one of them should vote your behind out for not listening to them. Now, I know you guys might be on the side of immigrants and, for immigrants and immigration reform and stuff like that. I get it. I mean, America is the land of the free, the home of the brave. It's the most prosperous place in the world. It's the land of opportunities, but we built it. We made it that way. We fought to the death. We lost a lot of our lives for it. And we ain't going nowhere. And when we say take our tax dollars and spend them in our neighborhoods, it's time for you to stop doing it instead of spending it everywhere else but our neighborhoods. You spend all this money in Ukraine. Where the hell you get $51 million anyway? Oh, I know you robbed it out of the American people, the citizens of Chicago that live there, that want their money to go to build Chicago citizens, not non-citizens. Brandon is a whack quack, and you shouldn't have never voted for him. He looks like one of those preacher types. And don't get me wrong, I love, there's some preachers that I do love. Some of them I don't care. But he oozes with that politician look and that politician talk. He's just another politician. He's just another Democratic politician looking for a way to break the record to sell you out, and I think he just did it. And yet, you're going to be told to vote for him again. If anything, if they had a Chicago recall, I'll recall his butt out of office for that one incident. For that one incident, you need to be all in his face, getting in his face for that mess, calling them out. And he can yell, we need some decorum, we need some decorum. Bruh, I got some quorum. It's on my shelf. I spray it when I get ready to go on a hot date. It's called quorum. It's not decorum. Let's be civil. Yeah, I'm going to take my civil foot and stick it over your civil behind if you keep trying to tell me what to do. Now, I'm not endorsing violence, but you know what I mean. No, man, get up out of my face. You taking our tax dollars and you giving it to people when we got our own problems here. And you still going to ignore us after we done told you. After we done called you out. After we done, and we don't want to put you in office and already you selling us out, dude. You better hope we don't get a recall going because your butt is gone. New York, all cities, calling all cities. If you're a sanctuary town, you better start stocking up some money out of your own reservoir to help these people. Stop going into the people's pocket to help people that's not citizens. You should have enough surplus off the stupid stuff that you do. You need to go out here and do whatever you can to, write people tickets for smoking weed on the subway, trains, and buses and give that money to them if you feel that's a need. But stop taking our money and giving it to people. Matter of fact, forget all that. You owe a debt in America, and each state owe a debt to its residents of FBA, Foundational Black Americans. Each state, especially New York, especially Chicago, you owe New Yorkers. New Yorkers FBA. You owe them heinous stuff you did to them during that time. If anybody need to be getting that tax dollars, it's them. You'll never live long life. You'll never be in peace. You'll never be free. You'll never be able to, you're not going to live a good life until you take care of that. You thought this bad. And I'm going to get on AOC about some of this crap she said about we need to pay immigrants reparations. Oh, you freaking kidding. Oh, you just made me don't like you even worse by saying that. We'll talk about that soon. I'm Bobby Brown with the Bobby Brown Show. When the people say no in the majority, I don't care whether you're for it or not, no. Now, if you're in a position to fight for something until you get it, that's great. They're not in the position. These migrant workers are not in the position to fight for our tax dollars. The government want to freely give it to them. They don't want to fight you for it. And you have every reason to fight them to not spend the money outside of the citizens in that city, especially our youth. Chicago ought to be ashamed of himself. That mayor of yours ought to be ashamed of his doggone self. He ain't nothing but another bootlicking, boule, butter biscuit. Can't say the word, but it start with a C. And as soon as you get a recall, you need to recall that brother and get him out of the office because he is not good for Chicagoans. I'm Bobby Brown with the Bobby Brown Show. I'll holler at you later. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Go over to Rumble and hit that notification. Hit the subscribe or follower count. They say if I get 5 followers, I can start streaming live. So go ahead and hit the 5 follower count. I'm not paying for this services. Hit the 5 follower or beyond real quick so that can open up for me. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, put it on always because I can drop these videos at any head, anytime, anywhere. Whoop, there it is. Please do that for me. And always remember this, I love you, good morning and good night.